Do you want to make sure that you get the listing before you even show up for the appointment? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can do that. Now, before we go on, please subscribe and like because sharing is caring. And also, I want to get the information out there to many people in the world as possible. All right, so if you don't know what this is called HighNote, an awesome program, very reasonably priced. I tell you, it's worth the price. Um, and you've probably seen the video before that I talked about how to increase your offers being accepted and adding value to your buyers. In this one, I'm going to go over the seller side. Now, this is something I do for every one of my listing appointments, and this has helped me go from, you know, sometimes being canceled because another agent wooed them before I even showed up. So I vowed that I will never let that happen again. I will make sure I at least get the appointment, but more often than not, I get the appointment and I get the listing. It just kind of works out that way. So in this is called HighNote. So I'm going to show you actually my demo for my pre-listing. So when I get a listing appointment, I talk to them on the phone, I set the appointment date. Well, then I go into this and I create this specifically for that property. And then when this is all done, I email it to them before you show up to the listing appointment and give them some time to look through this and go, and review it. This allows me to show up to the listing appointment and not having to talk about all this crap. I can focus on the seller. What are their needs? What are their goals? Why are they selling? Where are they moving to? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So this is a great way to use it. So first off, what I do is I get a picture of their house. Go on Google Maps. If this house was listed before, go on your MLS and download a picture. Stick it on there. It's amazing. Just having their own picture kind of sets you apart. Of course, the address, my name, whatever. So then I have a little personal note in here. So this is something that you can do whatever you want to, but it's really there to personalize it to that client. And then in here too, I always put in right here the day and time I'm meeting them. So another way of reminding them we have an appointment at Thursday at 4 a.m. or 4 p.m. 4 a.m. I'm not up, 4 p.m. And then two, just so you know, with HighNote, you can see when they've opened this. You can see how many times they've opened this. They can see what they spent their time looking at. So when you show up to the appointment, you already know what things they've looked over, what things they didn't. So you can kind of follow up with that. It just puts you in a much better place. So then you go through, I use BombBomb, so you can actually link your BombBomb video. So I do a little welcome video like, hey, this is David, looking forward to seeing you, blah, 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 here's a face to the name, et cetera, et cetera. So a little video, again, personalized. This is static. This is what I use for everyone, so it's good to know me. It actually brings it over to my website. So they can learn about me, my wife, our two dogs, but also they can see some homes for sale. They can also maybe look at my website and say, wow, this guy's professional. He has a website and it looks really clean. That's why I do this. I don't really care what brokerage you work at. Sometimes the sellers do, most often they don't, but you should always have something about your brokerage, right? So I work at Real, so I just talk about the power of Real. There you go. So have something about your brokerage, because even though you do, and I've been doing this for since 2009. I've always said I'm my own brand. But if you're a single agent or whatever, they're always curious. So you can say, hey, this is me, but this is also the company I work with, and we have these cool features, or we do this. So make sure you talk about your brokerage. And then I have my marketing timeline. So they can actually click on the preview and it opens it up. So all of these things in here are clickable links, whatever it is, PDFs. So again, they get to go through and look at all this cool stuff, and they can learn my marketing timeline. I run a thing called the Certified Pre-Owned Home Program. So if they click on this, when this is just the editing part, so when it's actually live, they can click on preview. It takes it to my landing page where I talk about my Certified Pre-Owned Home Program. Again, I want to give them so much value before I show up that they're already going to say, hey, no matter what, we want to see David. We want to see what he has to say. And you know what? And if they're the type of people that just want an extreme value, they want the cheapest agent possible, well, at least, you know what? I know that, and they probably won't, they don't care about this stuff. But if they want to find value and power, I'm going to make sure they know everything about me, and this is what is going to happen when I list their house. Then down here, so I pull their county reports. So this has like their property taxes, what the county has their house listed for, as in square footage, bedrooms, bathrooms. I put that on here. And then I have a dummy listing agreement. So I have it saying so they can look at it before we even show up, right? So the preview it's a file so they can view it. And I have all the documents in here so they can look it over if they want to. So when I show up, maybe they looked at it, maybe they didn't. I don't know, but it has all of our paperwork in here. The cool thing is, like I mentioned earlier, is I can see what they've looked at. So if they've looked at this, that's kind of a good sign. You know what? Maybe they're thinking of going with me. And then I have a PDF listing presentation of just my selling process. Talks about my mission, a bunch of stuff, and actually goes through reviews, vendor lists, pricing to sell. So again, a lot of this stuff here is just information that they can look through, that I don't have to always go through it with them. But it's always a wise idea. But like I print this off and I bring this with me and leave it with them. So that way they have something tangible. But this is a cool thing to look through. I have a link to my seasonal selling guide. This is just keeping current matters. So if you're using keeping current matters, boom, there you go. Now, if you use a transaction coordinator, you should highlight them. This is our transaction coordinator, contract to close. So they know not only am I professional, but I hire other professionals. And this is just a link to my transaction coordinator's website. Awesome. They get a link to my preferred vendor list. This is actually the link on my website where I have all my preferred vendors. They get to look at that. Your online reviews. Now, I keep saying this, but I have to do it. I'm going to actually swap Zillow out, and I'm going to put my Google reviews. I think Google maybe holds more weight. So I'm going to pull that in here. And then my digital business card. And then if they're curious about homes, they click here. It goes to my home search site so they can look at houses. And then the bottom is just thank you for the opportunity. This is my pre-listing. Now you can add, you can subtract, you can do all these things. If you ever want this template, just send me a message and I'll just send it to you. But it's easy to add. So you just add asset, and what do you want to add? Boom, there you go. I'm not going to add anything. So then when this is all said and done, to send it, you click the 3 buttons. You can send it with a link, but I always recommend share with an email. Opens up, you put their name and address, receive analytics, yes, sir. And then we'll put some fake names in here. So then it says I created a presentation. Make sure you edit this and say, hey, I'm excited to see you on Friday at whatever time it is or whatever, please open this up so you can look at it before I show up because I want to learn more about you. So now you can learn more about me before I even open the door, or however you want to do that. Just type it in there, but encourage them to look at this information and then encourage them to look at the actual items like your home selling marketing timeline, all those cool things. Just encourage them to do that. Then you click send. That's it. Now, once you have one done, this is the template. So then your next listing, because you're going to get more, you just hit duplicate on the previous page, duplicate. So it duplicates this, and then you just got to tweak the personal stuff. But all of the things that are static stay, like this stays, this stays, this stays, this stays. This needs to be personalized. This stays, 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 and stays. So really, once you have one done, all you need to do is personalize a couple of things, and boom, you're on your way. All right, that's how to improve your listings conversion. Your listings should go awesome with this tool. Make sure you do that. There's a link in the bio, in the description. If you don't know what HighNote is, click on it. It's my affiliate link. You get a discount, I get a discount. Everyone's happy. I'm a big fan of affiliates. But again, the price of this is so cheap. It's so worth it. And the success rate of HighNote is fantastic. So thank you for watching. I look forward to you in my next video. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. If there's any questions that I can help you out, please comment below.